Hello, Disc Golf World. You are watching your 2021 PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Championships. This is the final round coverage we've got for you today. My name is Kevin Jones, and with me is Luke Humphries, as always. Luke, what do you think?
Man, final round, we got here, we made it, and we have a great one for you guys. Klein, Grgg Barsby, Ezra Aderhold, Dr. Smooth himself again, Cale Leiviska. Sick card. You see Greg's glasses fly off his face. Can't wait to watch this one, Kev. It's really been an honor to be here with you for this entirety from this Ogden 2021 Worlds.
It is an honor to present you guys the World Championships here. We've got third card coverage for you, so we've got a bunch of guys fighting for top 10, top 5 positions, even the win if they put off a good one. That's actually one of the great things about the Fort, the course that we're playing. You can really put in crazy numbers on this course and get great results from it.
Yeah, start hot. Get these first two is a good way to do it. Hole 1, not very tricky, pretty straightforward, averaging well below par. These players looking to get started early.
p.m. MPO tee time. First on the tee pad. Currently at 217 strokes from Wyoming, Michigan. Let's give it up for Kyle Klein.
The youngster from Michigan. I've seen him make some big waves. He won the Silver Cup this year. Got third at Maple Hill last year. Really got a high ceiling. Forehand, backhand, putting. Just a smooth stroke. I call him like rubber band man, kind of. He's just like a really loose, flexible young kid.
Yeah, and he is incredibly talented at throwing the disc.
Our 2018 PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Champion, Grgg Barsby.
Our boy Rob just ripping off those introductions. Been doing it all week. His voice is going to need a rest after this. He goes all out. Greg going flip up straight at it. This looks, oh my gosh.
You hate to see it. That's so perfect, and we can't really aim to miss that tree all that much. It's right in the middle of that forehand line there.
218 strokes from Aberdeen, South Dakota. Give it up for Ezra Aderhold.
The big guy playing a fantastic tournament to this point. Really cool to see him up this way.
Backhand plays nicely on this hole. You're going to play yourself just a little bit left of the pin, because unless you want to get frisky with the trees on the right side.
Rounding out our card at 219 strokes from Minnesota. A big round of applause, please, for Cale Leiviska.
The man, I call him Jay-Z. He's down the blueprint for disc golf architecture. Not just that, he's building the sport up. It's amazing to see what he's done. If you haven't seen the Go Throw show we did with him, really lays it all out. He's making moves, not only at the preserve, but everywhere. Fantastic shot from him. That was an M4, I'd guess.
Yeah, it was nearly ideal. Just caught a little bit of trees late. We'll have a circle's edge putt. Kyle here from 50 feet. It hits the top of the basket. He has a fast putt, but it is deadly.
Deadly from range as well, as is this guy.
There is OB right behind the basket here. Luckily, the ground is extremely soft. It's kind of sandy, and it's kind of hard to reach there on a regular putt if you were to airball, but it could be done.
Yes, great start from Cale. That was a pretty hard putt for Cale.
It was. Maybe he had a low ceiling.
Could have decided he didn't want to miss short.
Yeah.
Somebody who's also got a quick putt, but a very efficient one. Ezra. I've heard Paul say that missing on the first isn't the worst thing. Says he can make an adjustment on that and starts to hit him the rest of the time. I don't know, Paul Uleberry has a good way of thinking about things, though, so May have just twisted it into a positive.
Right.
himself.
Because everybody's wanting to get hole 1. That's for sure.
No doubt.
And if you don't get hole 1, you're definitely going to want to get hole 2 at only 201 feet here. We've got OB right behind the basket. And in that little octagon there, I'm assuming, has a bunch of wood chips. So if you land your disc in there, it can usually stop.
Cale, just a baby Anheuser PA3. That'll do. It's inside the circle, I think. It's just a little tricky.
Really? I didn't know that was all the way on circle's edge there.
Kyle going tactic, a little high, a little right. Looks like it stays out of the creek, though. That'll be a tricky putt as well. Looks like a pig from Grgg. These guys trying to release on a little bit of Anheuser. Have that thing flatten out and then chill because OB long does come in play.
Look at that butte, though.
He was a little upset he didn't land in the chips. Looked like he could see the skip off of the railroad tie right from there, but he's still well inside the circle.
Yeah, it is windy out there, though, so that putt's going to be a little tough. And Ezra, height is going to be a problem here. He'll be just outside the circle with awkward footing.
Yeah, that's the hardest part about that putt. Looks like Kyle has a look. This is not out of his range.
It's going to leave him at 25 feet or so.
Mm-hmm.
This wind that you're having a hard time feeling right here is tough to judge. And your putter's coming up at a different angle than normal.
Looks like Cale's left foot on that tie. Ooh, that's outside the circle. I was wrong. That's probably 37 feet. Nearly cans it. Body English from the young guy. Making it work, par for him.
Yeah, great comeback putt.
All right, for the only birdie of the card here. You pick up a stroke on your card on a 201-foot hole. You got to be laughing at yourself. At least a little bit. Lots of holes out here to birdie, but none of them play as easy as this one. Coming in as the easiest hole.
Yeah, it's true. Hole 1 and 2 are very reachable, very gettable, and relatively easy compared to the rest of the course. Hole 3 is an example of that at 516 feet. This one is out of bounds everywhere until you reach this side of the river. And here's the basket. Most hyzers are going to be penetrating right through the group of trees that are protecting the basket. You need to get a little bit lucky through there.
Yeah, we had a pretty good wind on this hole today, right to left, allowing guys to hang it out down the creek a little more.
This is what a lot of people are looking to do, not find themselves out of bounds and at least have a chance at an up and down for 3. Grgg sawing it off quite a bit. He'll have 100 feet or so through some woods.
Can get tricky over there.
This is a little bit more aggressive from Cale. More aggressive than we're used to seeing. I would say that his game plan is starting to become a little bit more aggressive on this championship Saturday.
Yeah, not wrong. It's the time to do it. These guys need to make a push if they want to have a chance to win this thing or place top 10. They got a lot of guys right below them. Kyle, that's a great shot there.
That was aggressive too, hanging it really far out there to the right. But that's what you have to do if you want to get basket high.
Yeah, that disc was over the water for 490 feet of that drive.
This is looking similar. Hopefully it doesn't catch that tree line out there.
Yeah.
I did find that. Oh,
Ooh.
my goodness. Ezra might have figured out this hole. I did find that you can actually throw this hole a little bit lower.
Yeah.
You just have to get it out there and commit it.
Yeah. Emerson was showing us that line last week at the Utah Open. Ooh. Sweet little upshot from Cale. Gregg's left with a tricky upshot from here. I'm not even sure which gap he's going for. Catches something. He'll definitely have a putt, though. Here you go. Not the one he wants. About 50 feet, huh, Kev?
Yeah, I'd say so. A little ceiling here with the weird wind. That would have been an impressive make, honestly.
Yeah. Coming in is the 5th hardest hole on the course. It's not the worst hole to bogey. If you had to pick one, which is never what you want to do, but you're not giving up as many strokes as like a bogey on hole 2 or some of these easier holes. So,
Right. That's a great birdie by Ezra there.
yeah, surprising. 14 players able to grab the birdie on 3 today.
That is surprising. It's a lot of players. The
For-
wind was more favorable today, though, coming a little bit from behind, right to left.
That right to left, yeah. And that's 17% of the field because we had the cut, and we're now only dealing with like 84 players or something.
This is one of those holes out here, one of the few holes that really benefits the longer throwers.
Definitely does. This next one does not. This benefits the accurate throw.
Yeah, whoever can throw it straight here is going to benefit. Landing in the fairway is crucial. It kind of almost plays as a par 5 for a lot of players.
Yeah, really does. We saw 0 birdies the first time that the group came through. 3 birdies last time. And that's in a field of 200. So in a field of 80 and change, see how many we can get. That's perfect there. Disking down, prioritizing landing in the middle, which is what these guys definitely should do. Cale going a little faster than Ezra, but
This is that disc that just continues to flip. It seems like he's going to hyzer out left there, but that thing just straightened up constantly.
both those guys so accurate with their lines down the middle. Cale throwing an H4V2, I believe.
And that's too much angle there from Kyle. And that's a punishing kick as well. He is going to try to be laying up to about 200 feet and hopefully have a chance for a par save.
Great looking drive from Grgg. Let's see how far this skips in. See, that's not as good.
Well, it's not going to attack for birdie. But as far as par is concerned, which is very good,
Yeah.
he'll be all right.
Yeah, no doubt. Unless he tries to play aggressive. Kyle going to have a tricky par save if that's going to be the case there. He's going to have 290, 310 feet, something like that in, and a very crooked fairway. This looks good.
Anything around that corner is looking pretty good. On the right side of the fairway, there is an out-of-bounds creek that could come into play, and that would hurt.
Ideally, the righty forehand turnover fits the fairway, but that just needed more height. That might have been a play just down to get his bogey.
Look at that crazy angle from Cale. Similar disc from the
my
drive.
Gosh. Even that, 2 full flight discs, and he's still got 70 feet.
Yeah, he's golfing, though. That is easy par and even a possible birdie attempt. Great shots by Cale.
Wow. That's a dime from Grgg, so that'll be an easy par from him, possibly even a little run.
Yeah, great upshot from Kyle there. Is that his par putt right there?
No.
Okay.
Bogey. Yeah.
All right, bogey putt.
Grgg, though, that was a little birdie attempt. Kick was neutral. That'll be a par for him. Not a bad thing. Ezra just throwing himself to a putter putting spot. Cale, this is a birdie attempt. the double jump hop from Cale.
I like it. Efficient, and that's a great par from him.
Yeah, so we did have 3 birdies on this hole. And I got to shout out, Lance Brown got it 2 days in a row as we see Grgg bang that.
That is unbelievable.
I was on his card today. He threw a mid-range second shot that was literally parked.
What's his tee shot?
Forehand, nasty, like understable D3 as we see that chain out from Ezra. He's going, understable full speed, forehand off the tee, ripping it all the way down there. Short enough distance to just throw a mid-range flick around the hole. For you guys that don't know, Lance Brown, really proficient with his forehand, especially the hyzer flip forehands.
Yeah, he's got incredible touch with forehands.
Yeah, AB and Nathan Queen able to grab the birdie there as well.
Wow, huge birdies on the field.
Yeah, guys, this coverage brought to you by the Disc Barn. They've been supporting us all year long. Gotta thank them. Go visit them at thediscbarn.com. Kev, we've got another hard hole. This is the 3rd in the Amen corner of the fort, as we call it.
This hole is tight, and the landing area is tiny. It takes a perfect tee shot in order to be able to attack for a birdie. There is a Mando in play as well. We've got to go left, so most important, keep your disc we got to go right. Most important is to keep your disc right.
Cale just barely missed it, and that'll leave an awkward second shot for him. Kev, would you rank this in the top 3 most important tee shots of the round?
I would probably do that there. The drop zone is just so friendly, though.
If you miss the Mando?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
if it was a little more penalizing, it might be more important.
Right.
Because you've got 4 is really important. 16 obviously is really important. I mean, you can just get yourself in a lot of trouble here with a kick similar to that.
Kicking off to the left is going to be very hard to recover from.
Yeah, and we've seen guys hit far earlier than that. This is perfect.
It is.
Oh,
right
yeah.
on the landing zone marker.
Kyle showing us how it's done. Ezra looks like he's going stable zone, just pitching up to short of where Kyle's disc is. Whoa, look at this.
Luckily, he doesn't have to throw it very far. Pretty much just to right there. The closer it gets, the better. He's got those guardian trees now about 50 feet in front of him.
Great play from Cale.
It really was. How tight is Barsby going? Extremely tight.
Gosh, that window is so small.
Yeah, I was afraid of that when I saw him lining that up. That is scary, but he was attacking for birdie, and that was the play.
Ezra trying to get up and down to save his par. Got that one turned over a little too much. That's about 65 feet away from the basket there. He may have a chance to run that thing, but probably a bogey for him.
That is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. That's the birdie play from Kyle Klein.
Outside route, skipping over the logs. Textbook.
After that perfectly played tee shot, he still had so much work left.
Yeah.
Cale hitting that gap that he needed to hit. And that is a fantastic upshot.
That's sick from him. So good at the backhand game. Grgg, soft bid. We talked about it before, but the greens here, either sandy or wood chippy, you can get pretty aggressive with your bids and not have to worry about comebackers that much. They really just stop moving when they hit the ground. As we see with Ezra. This would be a great birdie here for Kyle.
A good finish for him. 2 very difficult shots and still 15-foot putt left.
Yep. Only 7 players grabbing the birdie on that. 8% of the field. Barsby always chatting it up, staying loose. I think it keeps the whole card loose too. It's nice to have him on the card.
Disc golf is a relatively young sport, but its popularity makes it one of the fastest growing pastimes in the world. The PDGA is a not-for-profit, worldwide player organization dedicated to promoting the sport. Like a long drive off the tee, disc golf is soaring. So don't just be a witness to disc golf's explosive growth, be a part of it. Join the PDGA.
Hole 6, Kev. Few different ways to play this one. Most guys are going over this mound to your left with an Anheuser mid-range or with a flex forehand fairway driver.
Yeah, extremely unique hole we've got here. Whatever line you opt for, you're still going to have to get a little bit greasy late in the flight. Optimal play seems like that Anheuser right by this hill right here.
Ooh, that looks good.
That is amazing.
Circle's edge for Kyle.
Looks like it. That's a great shot.
Cale trying to probably follow a little similar line. He knows he pulled that one a little bit. They can get lucky through there.
Yeah, if he's lucky, he gets a putt.
Yeah, about 50.
An extremely direct line here. I don't see this too often.
I don't either, but it can work well. Wow.
I don't see why not, though. It's a simple shot to throw. It's way less complicated than that touchy Anheuser shot.
Yeah. Matty O takes it and swears by it. Little inside, but could get away with it.
There it is. Once it gets through that first little part, it seems like it airs out a little bit more. That is going to be an obstructed putt, though.
There's a lot of discs flying through trees there with not much contact.
Yeah.
Ooh. Cale's pretty dialed from long range right now.
He's dialed from everywhere on the green.
Just outside the circle for Grgg, just a little left off the hand from him.
All right, it doesn't look quite as obstructed. Maybe low ceiling here. Hard to tell. Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah. Kyle to grab another one on the card. Back-to-back holes, he's picking up strokes on these fellas.
Back-to-back birdies out here. Always feeling great, huh?
Always.
Pretty much anywhere on the entire course. All these holes are so difficult to string together.
Yeah, they really are. You see somebody get a turkey or anything better than that, you know they were feeling themselves.
That's right. Hole 7, par 3, 345 feet. This one is a hole where you got a small gap here. Got to hit the disc going really straight for a long time, and then some late curve to the left at the end of the flight. Problem is the tee box is unbelievably short, and barely anybody can generate enough speed to throw a disc here normally.
It is very awkward. Adjustments must be made. The miss is right. Definitely don't want to go left early.
Early left makes your up and down turn into a miracle. This is a nice view.
It's like an intermediary view.
At M2 from Cale, looking great. All right, it's leaking inside, which means it's got to get a little lucky. Doesn't catch all the luck that it needed. He'll be around 50 feet or so.
With that log in the way, the signature log on this hole. That's a stable disc. Just drop down. It's fairly straightforward from there.
Oh, and it caught that inside tree.
Just a little straighter before it starts to bend, and that would have been perfect. So all these guys going to be left scrambling. Okay. Ooh, that was great.
It was. Greg showing what it looks like on the right side of the fairway, as well as Kyle here. It's so much more open than the left. This is a nice spot to be for your up and down.
You can have a super awkward 15-footer on this hole, though, if the log's in the wrong spot.
We'll see how that one shapes up just from real close. All right, this is a nice look at the basket. You've got that log in the way, but not in the way of the flight.
Just over the top of it.
Oh, just outside it looks like.
Cale just right. Close, though. This one feels weird. As you're about to putt it, you're just like, all right, concentrate. Just imagine it's not there.
Right. And for somebody like me, I actually bend down, so it gets in the way of the basket sometimes.
For sure.
Really shakes things up.
It's going to be a par from the Visor gang. Beautiful sounds of the creek in the background as we tap out on this hole. One of the prettiest greens out here, I think. It's just right there next to the creek. Birdie or bogey, you've got a chance to stand there and refocus, and it's nice. Hole 8, Kev.
Yeah, hole 8 is only at 310 feet. You've got a very daunting gap off of the box, though. This one plays great for a sidearm. Only the highest level backhand artists are going to be attempting that on this hole.
Probably going to see it from Cale, though. Who would fit the high level artist? FD3 from Kyle inside.
And catching that limb there. There's a limb that kind of hangs out if you hit the inside of the gap as opposed to the outside left side.
Yeah, he kicked left, which is great because kicking right there is total death. This needs to hurry.
Oh, that's not got enough turn.
Get off that hill.
And it's out of bounds. That is a tough area to find.
There's a drop zone on this hole. It's about 45 feet. So he'll have a putt. Yeah.
Surprisingly close.
Yeah. I went to the drop zone.
All right.
It's consistent, though, with the drop zones you find on this course. Just not very penalizing.
That's exactly how you throw the forehand. Ooh. I expect that to be really close, as is.
Based.
I liked the height on it. We've got a little bit of a drifting left to right wind out there, kind of helping that disc keep the height and move to the right. This is way too inside from Ezra, and he's going to have a very hard up and down from there. Anytime you kick right early on this hole, it's tough. Nice. This upshot is a little weird from Kyle. He's kind of feeling like he's throwing into those trees that he hit right there, which he is.
Just sliding it right in front of him, ideally.
Ezra got through a lot of that patch of trees that I was talking about, and that's going to be long.
Right next to the drop zone, actually. Did you see that?
I didn't. That is a long putt, though, on an elevated basket.
It's Cale to save his par. Not going to get it. You can see the wind becoming a factor for these guys.
Wind in the woods is extremely difficult. Look at that huge putt from Ezra. Saving par. What a scramble.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Oh, my gosh, man. Sick slow-mo from Gabe. GK's killing it with that, and so is Ezra. Wow. Early right, hyzer around, that's 55 feet. I don't know.
Yeah.
50. I
Easily.
said the drop zone was 45. It's probably a little further than that.
Yeah, it looks like it. Ooh, high putt from Kyle. Staying solid, though.
Good up and down from him as well.
This is Cale for a bogey. It's not a fun putt. Makes it good.
Very direct with those shorter putts. Those 20, 25 footers.
Kind of jamming them in there a little more. I wonder if it has to do with the wind or if it's just nerves. It's definitely true that when you're playing in a tournament round, you're going to putt harder and faster than whenever you're in a practice round. So it's good to practice slower than what you'd expect to putt.
Well said. Only par 5 on the course. This is a good one, Kev.
It is. Great drives land right here. That would be incredible. Anything short of the great drive is just going to be chipping around that corner. And then we're flying down this long corridor that fits nicely for a perfectly played flick of about 400 or 440 feet, depending on where you're landing.
Exactly. This needs to turn and keep. Oh,
What just happened? That disc shifted.
Oh.
It shifted to the right, it seemed like, and then it just didn't have enough distance to round the corner.
It looked like he was very close, though. I wonder if he'll be able to straddle around.
He's got to be right at the corner then if he's going to want to do that. Otherwise, it's a 40-foot putt.
Early right. It's just a slight grip lock from Kyle. Ezra, plenty of distance to get there. Generates all that with just a quick X step. This one low, but center's okay. Eagle out of the question, but birdie totally in play. Just needs to ride, get to angle. Not the worst. He'll be able to advance that around the corner. A pretty good distance, I'd guess.
Yeah, probably. I mean, for a good distance, we're talking 150 feet, 200 at most.
Yeah, making his upshot something like 360, 350.
There's a sidearm layup to the mouth. He will be at 440 feet or so, I'd say.
Yep, right by the drop zone. If you miss the Mando, you do head to that drop zone.
No reason to throw too far on this shot because if you get pinched off long or on this right side here, it's going to be very hard to access the pin. Okay, Cale getting it on the ground quickly so it flares fast.
Gosh.
Perfectly played for how hard he threw it.
Oh,
Whoa, roller.
interesting. I had thought about that play before. The ground is a bit uneven, though. You never know how that first bounce is going to be.
Good call on Gregg's drive here. It was so close to getting around this corner. He's advancing his disc. Trying to advance at about 150 feet, but
Getting a little greedy.
Exactly.
Ending up on that right side. That's exactly what you said that you just don't want to do.
yeah, he's got such a good sidearm too. If you want to have a sidearm approach, you got to be in the clear here.
Like, Ezra has a very nice tunnel. Missed it high right, but right is better than left, I think. That's not going to be a putt, though. About
You may be
100
right.
feet.
From distance, right is better than left, but there's that OB on that right side.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You don't want to find that. But the approach from the left side's so weird.
Wow.
Forehand roller was looking great. Not a bad result.
No, he'll have a putt out of that. Cale looks like he's going right towards the creek, bending it away from it. Oh, he likes it too. Oh, for good reason. Are you kidding me?
Shoo, that was a great shot.
Dr. Smooth striking again. That's just a tap-in birdie for Cale after that skip shot around the corner. Great little upshot from Kyle.
It really was. That was a difficult shot. He played it perfectly and still has 15, 20 feet left.
You've got to be specific with your target in the situation Kyle was just in. The basket's out of view. The area you want your disc to end up is out of view. You just got to manufacture something in your mind. Be creative with it.
Yeah, that little gap is small too.
Oh, gosh.
Dropping bombs out here. Grgg Barsby pointing to the people in the creek.
We said he got a little greedy. Paid off for him.
Could it be more perfect?
No chains needed. There's a bunch of guys chilling in the creek right there. Loving what Gregg's bringing.
That's awesome. Got a kick out of it. Yeah, they were in the creek, across the creek, just rooting you on.
It's the free spectator pass spot.
Probably.
And the coolest spot. Nice birdie from Cale. That was textbook. Didn't get all the way to the corner, but didn't try and get too aggressive. Put himself in the middle. Made it count. That was the front nine, Kev.
That was it. What do you think, Luke?
Not a ton of fireworks. We do see a little color there. Everybody's got at least a bogey and a birdie. So they're alive. They're disc golfing. We know that. Looking for a good back nine from all of these guys. They were in good position to possibly run at the win. That's probably out of question now, but top 10s are out there. These guys
Even
are
top fives.
top fives. Yeah, fighting till the end. Come back and join us. So that's Kevin Jones. I'm Luke Humphries. We'll see you on the back nine.